All right, so now you're probably wondering how I got the internship. But there's a short answer and there's a long answer.
Ayo, turn me up.
Hey, my name is Alex Ali, and I have an internship at NASA. All right, so you may or may not have seen the trend on Twitter where they're posting NASA headshots. And people were tweeting hashtag Black at NASA. I saw what was going on, and I tweeted my headshot, and boom, I went viral. My tweet alone is at 250,000 views right now, and then I started seeing people putting my headshot in collages. Before I knew it, I was on Facebook, and my entire hometown was supporting me. I thought that was kind of crazy, because it's just me. All right, so now you're probably wondering how I got the internship. But there's a short answer and there's a long answer. The short answer is I applied. To understand the long answer, how I got the internship, we have to understand why. So let's do that. All right, and to explain why, first I have to tell you my story. So, I'm from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Growing up, I always did well in school. At the same time, I knew I couldn't afford to go to a major university that I would have wanted to. So what did I do? I joined the Air Force. So, leaving home at 17 was a huge jump for me, but I felt like it was necessary for my growth. I served for 6 years and was stationed at 3 different bases. And that's not including the deployment I went on. When I finally turned 21, I figured out what I wanted to do, and it involved finance. I wanted to not only put a little money in my pockets, but make sure I did well enough to make sure my entire family was good, which is still a work in progress. Also around that time, I started looking at colleges because I didn't have to worry about tuition. Yep. Nice, 10 out of 10, huh?
Yeah, nice. Is it like easy to buy in the United States?
Yeah, I just went to Best Buy. I ordered online at Best Buy, and they just shipped it to me. Oh, I just met somebody with the same camera as me. All right, so as I was saying, when it came down to it, I decided to look for jobs that were best for veterans. And wouldn't you know it, NASA was at the top of the list. I'm not saying you have to be a veteran to work for NASA, because I also believe it was at the top of the list for new grads as well. Shoot your shot. After seeing NASA on the list, it made the most sense to me because of the overall mission. I knew I wanted to work somewhere that was innovative and doing things that have never been done before. And NASA's at the top of that list. The reality of it is, NASA is a federal job, so you're not gonna be ultra rich if you get a job here. If you can get your foot in the door at NASA, I feel like you can get into any top corporation who will pay just as much. So I'd only come here if you really, really wanted to be at NASA, which I do. So that's why I chose NASA. Now let's talk about why NASA chose me. So when you think of NASA, you probably think of astronauts or super smart engineers who are getting us to space. And while that is the case, there's also many other jobs that work here. For instance, every company needs an HR team, a finance team, an accounting team. Even at NASA, they have firefighters, they have nurses. So if you want to work somewhere like NASA, just check out usajobs.gov and then see what they might have for you. I literally Googled how to get a job at NASA. And what popped up is an internship program called Pathways, which is a way that a lot of people at NASA actually got their start. So before applying, I got my resume together, and even though I didn't work in finance, I still managed millions of dollars worth of equipment while I was in the Air Force, which looked pretty good on my resume, and I was a staff sergeant, so during that time I had a few airmen I was responsible for as well. I think that definitely helped with the resume side of things, and thankfully I moved on to the second process, which was the interviews. Much like you, I'm human too, so whatever you think you'd feel before an interview with NASA, trust me, I felt that as well. But that didn't stop me from preparing. I went ahead and listed out my personal strengths and weaknesses because I knew they were going to ask for those type of questions. But for all the situational questions, I kind of just winged. But it was seamless because during my time in the Air Force, I was in a lot of crazy situations, and I just used those examples. All right, let me look at my notes so I don't lead you guys wrong. All right, lastly, when it came to the end of the interview, I was sure to ask questions. Of course, my questions won't be the same as your questions. Just think of some good questions you might have. But also, I thanked them for their time and told them why I personally wanted to work at NASA. I think that's important because honesty is the most important part. And I can't necessarily tell you what to say during the interview because I don't know why you'd want to work here. Everyone is different. The reason you might want to work for NASA could be completely different from the reason I want to work at NASA. Being true to yourself is the most important part. Which brings me to my favorite part about working here at NASA. Everyone's kind of accepting and very genuine and just accepts you for you. From the top down, from the managers all the way to my other interns that I work with. At the end of the day, if you work hard and get your task complete, everyone just accepts you. Now, all of my videos are not going to be about NASA. I really wanted to make this one because people have been asking me about it, and it's where I am currently in life. So I definitely wanted to share my experience with you all, and hopefully you learned something from this video. But if I get 100 likes on this video, I'll be sure to make another one about my experience here at NASA, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. But while you're here, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm really trying to build my subscribers up to 100. I'm almost there. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Ayo, turn me up.